Let me see, can I get back into it? I gotta see.
I'm gonna watch.
Hey guys, how's it going? Shrek. How's it going, Shrek? Huh, I could go live on both phones? Cool. Okay, no, I can't. Damn it. Okay, guys, sorry, I do apologize. Thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. What I'm gonna do is I don't have my laptop right now. My daughter's using it so she could do her schoolwork. So I'm not gonna be able to see all the comments as it comes in, but I will do my best. Okay. So what I'm gonna do today, before I start drawing, I'm gonna go over some history, like on what got me into drawing and things like that. And if you guys have any questions, be free. Just ask away. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Gonna get my mic going. And don't forget the likes and the sharing. That'll be great. And I don't mind the gifts. All right. Okay. All right. I'll talk about some of my favorite characters and whatnot. All right. Well, mostly it's gonna be mostly the artists themselves that I'm gonna be talking about. Okay. Let's see here. A little bit of music. All right. But this is what I did yesterday, guys. Just practicing. Someone mentioned that my proportions are good, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you what I did wrong here. Okay. I'm not ashamed to say it because I do want to get better at this. So I'm gonna show you what I did wrong. All right. So first, generally, one of the guys that I saw when I was at you know when I first discovered a decent comic book shop back where I lived in, and I don't have those comic books anymore. Um, they were in other comic book boxes, and they were stolen from the storage facility that they were in. And lost some good ones too. But yeah, this one he took over. He hadn't been drawing for a while after Wildcats and whatnot. It was back in 2001. As you can see, the Hush one, I do want to get the unwrapped version because I do want to see his pencil line works. I've seen him on YouTube. You see, like he knows where to put the muscles and all that real good. Goes real well. And his good friend Scott Williams knows how to ink his stuff. You know, pretty good. But here, when I look at this, oh, you know what? This is actually the first time I actually noticed he put Catwoman back here. I didn't even see that. But now I'm paying a little bit of attention. The art is good and all that, but can slash. I I think the croc is supposed to be bigger, and here, in a way, it looks like Batman is slightly either the same size or bigger than the croc. I just noticed that because here he draws the leg. I've seen him before. This guy's supposed to be like humongous, huge. Batman's thigh is bigger than his. Huh. But anyway, like here, proportion's pretty good. So you can tell that the croc is bigger than him and all that. Because he was supposed to be getting mutated, and I liked in the animated version that he was actually bigger, you know. But all the other comics, I mean, they always done the croc a whole lot bigger. Huh. But anyway, Jim was one of the ones that really got me into the drawing biz. One of them. Huh, same city. And he knows how to do his panels here to keep you interacting. And after a while, yep. Okay, that's Jim Lee. All right. This is back 2001 for that Hush. It's real good. This one I never really got to read it. I bought it because it was this guy. I think he does watercolor back then, and even though his faces are almost the same, but I just liked his technique. Brereton. Daniel Brereton, yep. Bill Oakley letterer. It's, I know it was done by DC and all that, but, what a sicko. So this ain't bad. I never got to read this one though. But, the artwork's nice. The watercolors I could tell you his watercolors for this one. And this was like a little bit before or after Alex Ross. Yeah, it's nice. Has some flow to it, but no, not really big splash pages or anything like that. But it's there. I mean, the surprise ones are not that bad. Let's see. Oh, 1991. So they probably still had the comic book on. Okay. Let's go with our favorite bounty hunter, Lobo. This guy, was it Emmett Granted too? I'm trying to remember. I think he was one of the original guys that helped out with the creation of Lobo. Book 3 of 4, book 2, book 1 of 4. Okay, here we go. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's just like whoever had to ink this, and they probably had a cup of coffees and whatnot. Plot art, Sleazy Griffin. So it's Griffin. Okay. So it's Keith Griffin that drew. Double created by Giffen and Slifer. Giffen. There we go. I was saying Griffin. Giffen. There we go. Has a little bit of Simon Bisley work on it. You could tell, but still pretty cool. Still works though. They're pretty cool. I like that. I got to work on the flow pattern here that he does here. Oh, look at that. Oof, the detail on that. It's almost like Beasley. Like I said, almost. Anyway, I do have Beasley somewhere. But man, that's the first time I actually seen him when they did a ponytail on him. Sometimes I get lost, but still, you could find where uh, where the lines go and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Well, this was back, I forgot what year it was. 1992. It's weird because it says that only another Kazarian. Oh, you know what? Maybe because they were mixed breed. His kids got together to kill him. Now that I remember. That's pretty cool. Because he left and he also went to Image. I think it was after this one. And he did Trencher. It was good still. But man, that line work is just crazy though. It's how he gives him that big forehead and all that. I guess his kids didn't get his healing factor, huh? They had no care. Damn. Anyway, give his artwork, I would say, is pretty phenomenal. The line work is just, man, crazy. You get lost sometimes in it, but I can see why. For the most best. And then that's the showdown. Pretty good. Okay, I recommend this. So if you could find it in a graphic novel or whatever, get it. It's more funny. Okay, and that pushed me. Oh, this one was later on, but Ed McGuinness. When I first purchased, I think they brought back Deadpool, and he was drawing them, and his artwork's pretty cool. It's just, uh, I guess because I've never seen it and all that, but it's just that's about Ed Big Daddy McGuinness. But also, what works, I mean, if the inker follows his shading and all that, makes it good. But it's just his blocky way of doing things, but yet makes it able to flow. It's good. Not too many people can do that. And one time it was in the Wizard. It was in the Wizard magazine. I forgot which one. It was before they stopped printing or my comic book shop stopped receiving them. Uh, he would use his old He-Man action figures for reference. Do you believe that? Art of Tao, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you for a bit. Clone Wars. I gotta go back and check the date on this. Don't know. Check. Where is it? What's the main title page? No, that's Robotech. Ah, it's not here. That's weird. When did I pick this one up? Eight-legged freaks. Oh well, I'll get the date later. You know, he knows how much muscle to give him and all that to make it work. Groshner, Kane, and all that. You see, pretty cool. And it helped me push to work on my muscles and all that anatomies and all that. Arthur Adams. Arthur Adams, yeah, he's cool too. I like that. Look at that. I remember seeing the cartoon on that one, but it just, I don't know, I didn't get to finish seeing it. But yeah, this is another one of my favorites. Ed McGuinness, he's one of my favorite artists. And another one, Silvestri. I just wish what's his name, Green would ink it, but because you could tell. Because I know that wasn't Silvestri that did this, but it still passed editorial. And perspective wise, in a way, that arm, the forearm, you see it? It's a little bit bigger, right? Yeah, yeah. It was an old wire storm issue, number 4 or 5. Yeah, it was still pretty decent price, $295 to be concluded. It's because it was on and off. They had him. I think he did the first few issues, and then they got somebody else. But yeah, it was 1996. Yeah, they were. And, Silvestri is one of my other favorite ones. Makes it work. But I didn't know, like, when he was in Marvel, he was actually, before that, an illustrator. Before he started doing Image. He's good with those hand expressions. Pretty cool. I think this was one of his creations, if I'm not mistaken. It was a decent story, but he only did like 1 or 2 issues. I have this one. Then Mephisto. And then I think, let's see, there was a certain time where he drew Mephisto sitting down. I forgot which one it was. Bennett. He was copying Marc Silvestri's style for a bit.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, just chilling. I'm off today, just hanging. Enjoying my
Oh, that's
cup of
good to
coffee.
hear.
Yeah.
Cup of coffee? Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, I got a cup of coffee here that I'm trying to enjoy.
Yeah.
Joe Benitez
Kids in school?
pencils. Yeah, right now she does online, so she's in the other room using my computer.
You homeschooling your kids?
Yeah, my wife.
That's good, bro. Forget it. That's the best way, bro. That's the best way. My daughter was.
Yeah,
I put my daughter in private school all her life, and she's in boarding school right now in New York City, 66,000 a year. But she's on a
damn,
scholarship,
she
paid in
is.
full, brother. You know. Yep.
Wow, that's
So
good.
she's talking about going to Notre Dame because she's doing so well. You know?
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It must be.
You know, you don't got too much Latinas and Latinos going to Notre Dame. Notre Dame is
Uh,
like a prestigious school, man. You know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. The only thing I hear
It's
about
so
them mostly
yeah,
is the football.
yeah, but she's very religious, so she wants to go somewhere religious. You know,
Oh, that's good.
Notre Dame is a great school. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's she studying for?
She is doing computer engineering. You know, that's what she wants to do. You know.
Computer engineering.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, putting together those giant computers that are in these sophisticated buildings. What they call servers.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
That's good. That's nice.
That's where the money is, bro. Technology, like cybersecurity, computer engineering. That's where the money's gonna be. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, everything's going through computers, AI, and all those
AI is
servers.
taking over. The nurse's office in the middle of 2026. You heard about that?
Nah, really?
When you walk into a clinic to see your doctor, it's gonna be a big ass tablet that's gonna talk to you about appointments and everything. People are losing their jobs. You
I
know,
mean that. Yeah.
it's gonna look like
That bites.
McDonald's. You heard? You gotta order a Big Mac in the clinic. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, 'cause, well, McDonald's still. I mean, even before they got the tablet, it was hard to get somebody to take your order and to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Computer graphic designers too are feeling the AI stuff right now. Like they can make buildings, clouds, and roads AI. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, they are. And the thing is, it's it's sad that the corporations are the ones that they would rather take AI than actual person, knowing that they worked hard or they had the knowledge to.
Corporations care about profit over
Yeah,
people.
very true.
Yeah.
That's
And
very true.
don't worry, the Great Reset is going to eventually happen because people are going to just get fed up, and it's going to be the whole nation getting fed up at one time. You know,
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. You know,
yeah,
because
it
nobody's
is.
going to be hired anymore to do good jobs. You know.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's the thing. They try to push. It's like so many factors, but the majority is they don't want to handle that what they call it now work life situations.
Yeah.
They want workers that dedicate themselves to the job and put everything else aside.
Like literally,
You
like
know?
eventually, Amazon is going to transition those Tesla robots to do the work of the people, and that's gonna be an outcry for the public. Watch, you know,
Yeah, it is. It is.
because those Tesla robots scared the crap out of people when they first saw it. Yeah,
Yeah, because they're just gonna see like, well, you know what? I could spend several $100,000 now on these robots, and then
but they'll work
they can
24
work.
hours.
Yep,
You know,
not like humans, which they need a break, and
but they
if
also
one of
gotta
the
realize that you know what they gotta realize
mm,
how people are gonna generate your profits if they're not working.
yeah, no, they don't. They're not seeing that right now. They
You
think
know,
like, oh, well, you know what? They could get a job somewhere else.
they go always working. They go work as a delivery person for Uber, and now,
Yeah,
come on. How are people gonna pay for Uber delivery if they're not working? you know?
yeah.
Huh.
It's
You
it's
know?
crazy because they don't think too much ahead. This is just for right now, which is sad.
Yeah. But watch it happen. All 50 states is gonna riot one day, the same day. You know?
Yeah, they are, and then they're gonna be asking like, well, why? It's like really,
And then the
yeah,
corporations are gonna be in the Bahamas hiding. All the owners of the corporations, the CEOs, they're gonna be hiding in the Bahamas.
yeah.
You know?
Of course, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. They just, yeah, it's so sad. And I don't know. Also, supposedly, I forgot, but somebody was saying that Trump is trying to push minimum wage to go up.
To $25 an hour.
Yeah, I was like, oh
But it's
yeah,
gonna
that
be
would be
short
great.
hours, 32 hours a week. You know? It's
Yeah,
gonna balance out. You know?
it will. But the only way it's really going to balance out if the how you say retailers and all that don't start raising prices.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
they
like
always want to pass the buck to the people instead of them paying the buck. You know?
yeah, yep,
Yeah.
very true. It's
It's gonna
that's what they
watch.
do.
It's gonna be a very uncomfortable situation in this nation until it gets better. You know,
Yeah,
because when
no, that's
everybody rallies together, then that's when the corporations start shaking in their boots. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And right now, mass
But it's
homelessness is gonna happen because of Section 8. Mass homelessness, bro. You know. And the government can't facilitate homelessness. They can't. If millions of people start becoming homeless because they're
yeah.
throwing people out of Section 8, they can't facilitate that. They ain't got the money or funds.
What?
You know.
Think she's outside. Yeah,
But Donald Trump don't think like that. You know.
no, of course not.
He
They
doesn't
don't.
think. Yeah.
No, I mean, because they don't want to. They don't want to
And
think
the
about that
welfare
stuff.
work programs. You know the welfare work programs that's gonna happen in 2026.
Mm,
There are a million people on welfare that get welfare because of unemployment rates. The unemployment is horrible in America.
yeah, it is.
So how are you gonna find a job for these millions of people? What are you gonna make them do? You know,
Yeah,
because it's gonna be a lot of people. You know,
it is. It
you
is. It's
know,
already getting there, but
yeah,
it's because all the itty bitty jobs that because they don't
yeah,
want to pay more, for the way of life because it's sad that you work at a job, but both parents have to work like
yeah,
ridiculous hours just
yeah,
to have the basics, just the basics.
yeah. And the thing is, eventually every state can sue the government. You know why?
Mm,
Because minimum wage is in place, for every state. So
yeah,
if you're making people work 40 hours for free a week, right? Or even a half a day, that's per hour the money for the food stamps, the minimum wage. So if you're getting only 300 a month and you're making everybody work 40, maybe 24, 30 hours a week, the states are going to sue the government eventually. Hey, we have minimum wage in place, you know? Eventually,
yeah, yeah,
because New York is 17 bucks an hour. That's about a week's worth of work. Like if you're working minimum, well, not even. That's a half a day in New York. A week, 1 week is $300. So you making people work like they're slaves for welfare. That's slavery, bro. You know
yeah,
that is the epitome of slavery because the laws are the laws for to work. 17 bucks an hour. You know.
yeah,
And they don't realize that they are gonna create slavery by making them work like a half, like 5 hours a day per day a week, like 5 days a week. They don't realize they're creating slavery.
no, no, no. I think they do realize it. They just don't care.
Yeah,
They just don't care. It's like, well, you know what? It's they still need to buy food for
hmm
themselves, and they need to keep the light
I'm all
on for
for
the
it.
heat.
I'm all for it, but you got to pay the minimum wage. You know,
Yeah,
like the food stamps. I understand it's just food, but you better pay them in food stamps, the minimum wage. You know,
yeah,
and just leave them alone, and everybody will accept the work program if you pay them the food stamp minimum wage. You know, this is in
true.
prison. You know, the prison 10 cents an hour. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. So you don't worry. Everything's gonna explode in this guy's face. You know, it's gonna explode. You know,
yeah,
he thinks he's doing the best thing for America right now. It's gonna explode. You know,
yeah. But of course, we're the one that's going to be suffering for a bit, and some
yeah,
people just can't afford that.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. And I'm all for balancing out the country, the election wise. Like, every state should be always balanced, like like moving left or right all the time. You understand? To balance out
Yeah,
the country. The problem with the Democrats, in the 80s and 90s, we had Republican mayors, governors too, and Democrat mayors and governors.
yeah,
It balanced out all the time. You know. Now, just like them just trying to take over the vote all the time is tipping the scales unfairly. And let me tell you, we need a little bit of conservatism in every state. We do a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, and a little bit of leftism, liberalism. We need a little bit of each. You know,
yeah,
we need both. You know, we need both, bro. Yeah. And everybody's rigging the system. You know, now it's the Republicans' turns to rig the system. You know.
yeah. Basically, it still goes like I tell my stepson because he's all for he wants to get rid of a lot of the immigrants, the illegals, but he's saying that. Well, I don't know because I that's why I try not to see too much
You know why
news.
he's
Well,
doing
don't
that?
even see.
That's his main purpose, right? Because he knows the unemployment, the jobs. There ain't
Yeah,
enough jobs for America anymore in the United States. So who are they going to sacrifice to stop the biggest riot in American history if people don't have jobs? The migrants. You know,
yeah,
they're going to make people pick crops. American citizens pick crops. They're going to make everybody do what the migrants did, and they're going to hate it
yeah,
because that's the hardest work ever. You
yeah.
know, they're
And
going to
they're not
hate it.
gonna want it, and they're not gonna want to get paid the $10 an hour or $8 an hour they get paid to do that. They're gonna
Yeah,
want the 25 $30
yeah.
an
They
hour.
want 15, $20 an hour. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, American citizens are gonna hate being janitors. They're gonna hate doing the jobs of the migrant, but they have to do it. You know, because
yeah,
the jobs are going away to AI. You know, you know.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah,
But
and
it's like how they say it. Well, I haven't heard it, but money talks, bullshit walks. It's all about that too.
yeah, and like I
And
said, my heart goes out to the honest migrant that just wants to take care of the family. My heart goes
yeah,
out to them. You know, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, because not everybody that comes in, and they're not trying to screw anybody over. They just want to survive.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Listen, if I can't eat where I live, I'll go to where I need to eat. Everybody will do that. You know,
yeah,
anybody would like put themselves in the place of a migrant and say, if I got to go to Canada to eat, I need to go to Canada. You know,
yeah,
you know, get it. People don't, and a lot of these like other states, these red states, don't put themselves in that predicament. You know, they don't put themselves. You know,
no, They don't because they don't want to. They just
Yeah. Mm.
they just avoid the subject
Yeah.
and all that. So why bother?
You know, Donald Trump is feeding the evil side of America. That's all he's doing. He's feeding the evil side. You know.
Mm,
You know.
yeah, true.
The evil side is the people that think they really belong to America. Nobody belongs to America. Nobody. Everybody's a migrant. Unless you're a Native American or even
Yeah,
Mexican. Native American. And you know, I'm Puerto Rican. We used to go back and forth to America all the time back in the day on boats.
yeah,
But
yeah,
we didn't belong to America, but we were next door neighbors. Just like the
yeah,
Mexicans, like next door neighbors. But if you are not the native people of America, you have no claim to this land. None.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I was I forgot where I heard it. There was this guy. He was supposed to be. I think he was on the Senate floor,
Yeah.
and that's what he was talking about. It's like, how is it that you think that just because you make the laws, like a lot of these people, Mexicans, because you're only concentrating the border on the south side,
Yeah.
not the north side, not Canada. Like, where are
Yeah.
they going to invade us? Our healthcare?
You know, because they're
Yeah,
white. They're white.
yeah,
The Canadians can go back and forth because they're white. You know?
yeah.
And
So
that's racism right there. You
yeah,
know?
I know.
Hmm.
And then he was saying like you're just concentrating on the south, but the thing is, the south part was part of Mexico. They're just coming home. But why is it
Yeah.
that the Europeans, um, you guys came in and just settled here? You know, you made the Indians go into reservations and all that, but yet it's like, well, my ancestors, they didn't break no laws. Well, it's like, no shit, sir. Like, there's no laws back then to break. So
Yeah.
they just came in and settled here, took over the
Yeah.
land, basically stole it from the Native Americans and
You know, the
Mexicans too.
pilgrims, listen, the original pilgrims were very innocent people. It was the Dutch that came in and decided, okay, you know, they started bringing the gold, started making currency like certificate coupons for land, the Dutch. And then the British
Yeah,
Empire took over and did the same system, you know? The certificates for land, the currency, you know, currency certificates, they did all of that, you know? You know? I'm
yeah,
telling you, the Dutch are evil, bro. They're like, I'm not saying like modern day Dutch people, but the ancient Dutch, very evil. They even fucked up Africa. Excuse my language. I shouldn't be cursing. They even messed up Africa, the Dutch. Put one tribe against the other. You know?
yeah. Well, that's how they do it. Then, you know, even modern day corporations, they
Yeah.
keep everybody not united because that's one thing that I would say in a way that you know what the United States, you know what, change the name because we're not united no more. We're not. We
And
never really
you know
been.
what I found out too? Like, you know, Mexico isn't innocent either. They keep the Guatemalans out, and they're the next door neighbors, the Guatemalans. They keep them out too.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
you know.
it's all you know. There's always a little bit of racism here and there.
And you know they're the European Mexicans, the ones that look like the French. You know,
Yeah,
and then they're the original Mexicans that look like the native people in Mexico. They're not. They don't. They hate each other. You know, they
yeah,
have an issue with each other. You know. Yeah, and you know it's always a conflict in every land. You know.
yeah. Until
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's just crazy, man. That's why it's like yeah, literally the whole world is going. You know, pardon my thinking at this time, but in a way, it feels like it's just going to hell in a handbasket, just like that. You know, little
Of
by
course.
little.
Of course. You know. Of course. You know that's why like there's like Bible prophecies and all of that just happening. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah. People
I'm
just
telling
don't.
you. Yeah.
The thing is like what needs to be done. People have to stop blaming other people and just put all that shit
You see,
aside.
that's why they created racism because they want everybody divided so they can take over the land. You
Yeah,
know, that's why they created racism. You got to realize that people got to realize that we're all same. We're all the same. It's just we have different colored skin. We're all the same. You know.
yeah, but they just it's not that easy because the thing is the reason it's because the way and then it wasn't just social media, but it's just how some people portray themselves and victimize themselves, and they don't want to get out of that area, and they think that
You know
the whole
why
world owes them.
people have that victim mentality? Because they were bred and programmed that way.
Yeah, yeah, they were, and that's what keeps a lot of good people, down, or and they don't they can't move forward for their full potential. And then there's some that do, but yet society just brings them down. They just don't realize, or they don't do. I say they just don't want to realize it though. They just don't want to see that. How can I explain it? It's there. I'm trying to say it. It's like because sometimes I feel
Hello?
like what I see, what I experience at times, and it's just like, man, no,
We're breaking
we
up. I
have
don't
to be
know.
better than that. Like you see certain things, like you go to a grocery store, and it's diversity here in Houston, but it's weird that you see a couple walking. Sorry to say, but like I've seen it
Mark,
sometimes.
you're breaking up.
It's older, probably like in their 70s, and they're white and they're walking and they see
Yeah.
they see the Mexicans, like the Hispanics, or a black younger
Yeah.
people walking by, and they
Yeah.
just stare at them like with disgust sometimes, you know, or then
Yeah.
you
I hear
have the
you.
ones that you know. But the thing
You
is,
got to
it's like,
understand that people are like, TV, they reprogram people's minds to be that way. You know? Television,
yeah,
radio, music, they reprogram people's minds. And people don't really know it, you know?
yeah, because they usually they concentrate more on the bad. They do the bad stuff more than any good one. It's like if you hear about shootings or whatnot, and it's like if it's not like a Caucasian against a Caucasian, it really makes it. But if it's a black shooting another black, or black shooting a Caucasian, or Mexican kidnapping somebody, I mean, it's in the news constantly.
But
But
you know what's the issue? Like, when I speak to a native person that's from another part of like Spanish America, my Spanish isn't that great. I'm Spanglish because I'm born here, Puerto Rican,
yeah,
and they always call like say something negative. Oh, you're a gringo. Why don't you know Spanish? And you know what I told one guy one day? I
uh
said,
huh,
Spanish is a white man's language too, right? Did you know that? It comes from Europe, the land of the whites. You're speaking white
yeah.
too. You know,
And
so
they're
don't
like,
think
what?
that you created a new language and then you became something else. Colonialism happened everywhere, brother. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
don't think that because your Spanish is so great that you're in a popular club. You're not in a popular club. You're speaking white too. You know,
yeah,
and people don't realize that. Like the Spanish America doesn't realize you're kind of gringo too. You know, you know, because the white
that is
man
awesome.
they colonized us and made us speak their language. You know,
Yeah,
it's just that's what divides people. You know, racism and hate because oh he's speaking English. You know,
Yeah. Like
and
I would get that a lot when I was back in the Rio Grande Valley. I worked at Toys R Us in McAllen, and it's like literally Rio Grande Valley. That whole area is by the border. Like my hometown, Donna, is like about 3 miles from the Rio Grande River. So is every other town that's there. So I was working, and my Spanish ain't that good, either because I learned it late.
yeah,
Um,
you know,
I learned it late. So there we had a lot of people, rich people, come from Monterrey, and they will go to McAllen because the one of the major, like practically the only major mall and stores were in McAllen. It's like Toys R Us was there, and so I get these blonde-haired people, blue-eyed, talking Spanish real quick, and all that. I was like, hold on. Like my Spanish ain't that good, and then they'd be like, well, like you said, like, ¿por qué no entiendes español? ¿Eres mexicano? ¿Que sí? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Hispanic. I was born here, but I learned Spanish late. They're like, no, you're supposed to take pride in this and that. Like, you know what? I
there's
live
no
here. You're
pride in our
visiting.
language, bro. There's no pride in our language. You
It's,
know,
it's yeah,
yeah. It's just ignorance, pure ignorance, and racism, and on their side too.
yeah,
Instead of bringing people together, they want to divide people. You
yeah.
know,
Because if people
and
are,
that's why so many Latinos voted for Trump because they're kind of like us, like English, like predominantly our English is our dominant language, and then
mhm,
Spanish will be our secondary language, and these are the people that voted for Trump. You know, because
yeah,
they think they're together with the whites, and they're not. The whites don't want them either. You know,
no, and that's
you know what I'm saying?
and how who was it that said it the best? Oh, George Collins.
Yeah.
I remember him saying, "It's like, yeah, teach them, but not here. Give them
Hmm.
freedom, give them this and that, but not here." I
Yeah.
forgot what he was talking about. It's like, yeah, but we live here, so
But
it,
remember what
it's
I told you that before the civil rights movement, there were black-owned neighborhoods everywhere. You know,
yeah,
that destroyed the black-owned businesses and the owners. Because guess who came into their neighborhoods to buy up the land? The whites. You know,
yeah,
and you know the civil rights meant well, but it destroyed the black communities. You know, the black, you know, the black schools teaching the black kids and all of that. It destroyed
yeah,
that. You know, it destroyed it. And then the whites reprogrammed our children. Once they came to the schools, they reprogrammed our children to think a certain way and have that victim mentality. You know,
yeah.
the
That's
problem
true.
is the victim mentality. You know,
Yeah, and that's how it starts because they do that. They took away, well, prayer in the schools
yeah,
and all that. And the thing is, it's like you also have them. They're the ones that started. Because I don't know if they were a victim themselves, but it starts like, oh, if your parents hit you because you did something bad, that's abuse. Little things like you say, they
yeah.
program them, but they do them from a certain
Let me tell
standpoint.
you, a little spanking isn't gonna hurt your child. It's gonna set them straight. Because to have the fear of God and the fear of your parents is the right way to go. Because they're trying to program you to be a productive citizen. You know,
Yeah,
and trying to break your habits. You know, your bad habits. And
right.
that's why this country is so screwed up too. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
because now they feel more entitled than
yeah,
anything at certain points, and it's like, and the way also it's they didn't teach, well, like if you're gonna discipline your kid, you gotta let them know why you're disciplining them, like what they did wrong. I've seen how some parents, like the kid does something wrong, but then they just get them and they spank them and leave them like that. It's like, no, you're gonna stay there till you think what you did wrong. But it's like, okay, but what did I do wrong? You know? like because they got scared and they're like that, and they just leave them, and it doesn't. They don't think about it, and more they're thinking about like how they hate you. They don't teach certain things. Whoops, need to go. Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the conversation or what.
I don't know. You know what? I put my Wi-Fi was out, and I turned on my Wi-Fi, and I probably got booted out that way. You know?
Yeah,
Hello?
probably so. Hello, I'm here.
Yeah.
Are you here? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. My Wi-Fi got out. But
Oh,
if
okay.
you want to invite other people to this conversation, that'll be cool. You know, like
Yeah.
I think some people wanna pop up. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I tried to. Hey, Bethany, how's it going? I tried to. Thank you for liking the life. Yeah, I tried to invite other people as well
Yeah.
and all that.
Well,
Whoever.
what we're saying is not a racist thing. We're just telling you the corruption of like society and how it's dividing everybody. You know.
Yeah,
And we need to the only way to make this world better is we all need to get together. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And just there are elements especially in the school system. There are like elements
Cool.
in the school system that are reprogramming our children to accept unbalanced viewpoints.
Yeah,
And what we need is balance. We need to be both sides, left and right. We need to be in the
yeah,
middle. You know.
yeah, but they don't want that because then it's on that part. It is we're more united, and that's what they try to avoid. They don't. It's
Ever since the civil rights march, they've been like this, like corrupting everybody, because they took away the neighborhoods of the black of the foundational black people. Little by little, they were taking over the neighborhoods after that. to reprogram their minds so they will never be another civil rights march ever again. You know?
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. They don't cover that in high school.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't even cover that Latinos fought in World War II. They wouldn't even cover it. You know?
Yeah,
And we did. We fought in the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. We fought in World War II, but they didn't cover that. You know,
yeah,
you know, they just want to put the one race greater than the other, and believe it or not, everybody fought in World War II. You know,
yeah.
that's why it's called World War II. You know, you
Yeah,
know.
they. That's yeah. That's the bad thing. I mean, then they keep people not in the loop,
Yeah.
and it makes it hard.
There's a book called the history of Latin history, and it's all there. You know,
Yeah.
it's all there, bro. You know, they wouldn't cover it in schools.
No, no, because if they covered it in schools, they would have
They'll
made
have
a
different
lot of the
viewpoints
students.
towards other cultures. They
Yeah,
would. Yeah.
they would. They would.
Mm-hmm. And
And they will keep asking the more important questions. And it's just like, well, why did this happen? Why is this still going on? I thought that we're supposed to be working together in this damn country.
then they'll have to root out the problem, and they don't want you to root out the problem. And the problem
Nope.
is the corporations. They're
Yep.
paying the politicians to segregate us, and
Of course.
yeah,
Of course, because they keep us like that. The only thing we're going to be concerned of is just
yeah,
surviving the day,
yeah.
and they get to run everything. They get to. I
I,
mean,
I, I
they're
spoke
the.
to I live in a like a brownstone neighborhood, so I have a stoop, and then there's tenants that sit in the stoop, and I told the tenants, hey, only 3% of white America owned slaves back in those times of slavery times. Those were the
Yeah,
richest people in the country. Nobody else owned slaves. Nobody
yeah,
else, just the super rich. You know, and
yeah. But
at that time, the slave master, believe it or not, that's the epitome of a corporation. Like the slave master, like having all the money and thinking about profits, how to maximize your profits, and
yeah,
and by maximizing profits is cheating workers out of pay. You know,
yeah.
that's how you maximize the profits. You know,
You
and
maximize that, make them suffer, and you
huh?
make the money.
Yeah, you just work for your loaf of bread, and I'll work for my horse and carriage.
Yeah.
You know?
And Bethany says here, yeah, they also didn't tell you that they put Asian families in camps to keep them safe from persecution. Supposedly,
Yeah.
you don't hear that. They were still treated pretty bad.
Hmm. And they work for free. Like I said, they work for the loaf of bread. That's
Yeah,
all they can afford. You know? That's crazy.
and
It's
then
happening now. It's happening now. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, because it's affecting everybody now to a point that yeah, it's gonna be real crazy.
Watch when everybody starts to revolt. Like, I remember there was a plantation that did that. They all revolted, and all they couldn't handle all their slaves, like of them revolting, and they all fled.
Yeah,
Like the owners fled, everybody fled. You know?
of course. I know
Yeah.
they're gonna get their ass whooped, and that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, they're
It's
gonna.
gonna happen. It's gonna. I'm telling you, with this presidency, he's unbalancing the scales so bad with with the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate isn't his fault. It's the corporation's fault for the unemployment rate. But
Yeah,
the corporations are the puppeteers, you know,
yeah,
and the politician is the puppet.
yeah.
You know?
Well, true, because that's how they get their money for their campaigns and all that. They put them in their
Yeah,
back pocket.
of course.
And
And
it's
why you think so much senators and congressmen are millionaires right now? Because they're feeding them. The corporations are feeding them and making them rich so they can control the public. You
yeah,
know? And you know what?
and
It's
and it
it's it's
and
gonna eventually
and
implode. You know?
yep,
That's why they say the great reset is gonna happen. You know?
yeah.
And
It's just crazy. But you know what? I mean, yeah, it's gonna affect everybody. It's gonna affect them, and then that's when they're gonna realize it's like, oops, corporations. When that does happen, they're gonna be the first ones to take off because they're the ones that are
Mhm.
in the loop more, and then the Republicans or politicians, they're gonna be left behind unless
Yeah.
they
But
get informed.
but like I said, no more politics. You're getting me upset. I'm getting upset.
Right.
But my excuse me. You
Yeah.
know, because we can't do nothing right now. you know,
Yeah.
you
And,
know.
that's the way they like it. That's the
Yeah.
sad part
But
because you're trying to do your point and then they come after you.
yep. But you saw my Punisher Warzone picture.
Yeah, it was nice. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I erased the Cobra symbols out of some Cobra troopers and just made them like just mass militia groups in the Amazon. You
Yeah,
know. That's why people got to learn their editing because you can transform any figure into anything you want. You got to practice your editing. You know?
yeah, I know. I know. Like there was this picture that I was trying to do, and I had uploaded it, but I didn't realize I did a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a while for me to fix it because I didn't understand none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Trial and error. It took me like literally almost the whole day to do it, and then finally I did it.
Like, just take a picture of yourself and just mess with the editing features of Google Photos. Mess with it. You know?
Hmm.
Erase the eyes, erase the mouth, change the color of your hair, you know?
Yeah.
Like practice because believe it or not, it makes like the editing features make the pictures look better. You know,
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna start a t-shirt business, editing is needed to enhance a picture. You know,
Yeah.
so that's why like people should really practice editing because if you want to start a small business, you need to learn how to edit because you have to advertise. You know,
Yeah. No, that's true.
and
That's true.
yeah. And editing is fun. Like I jump from two editing features back and forth. You know,
Oh, really? Which ones are
that's
they?
my trick. You know, and AI cleans up your work. Believe it or not, you didn't know that, right?
No, no. I actually, that's what helped me when I was trying to fix a picture of mine. It was AI because Microsoft gave me a message that it updated the that feature, that they have on their ping thing. That is basically on every single computer now. So I gave it a shot, and it took a while, but yeah, it helped me out a bit.
Yeah. Give me a
But right now I'm
second.
not.
Give me somebody's knocking on my door. Give me a second, please.
Okay. DoorDash.
Yeah, I'm back. But like I said, anybody's hearing us right now, editing is important with art now. Like modern technology is changing the art field. I'm serious. Like you have to have virtual galleries for anybody to purchase your art now. You know?
Yeah.
That's the way this, the 2025 is happening right now. People are having virtual galleries of their paintings, their art, their drawings. I'm serious. You got to learn how to edit so you can advertise. You know?
Yeah. It's just like
A couple of people wanted to buy some of my work,
nice.
but they wanted digital rights, and I told them no. You believe that?
Oh.
Digital rights? Meaning that I can never show these pictures ever again in my life because it's theirs. Completely in the internet and in real life.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair.
No,
You
it's
know?
not. I mean, because
Yeah.
what happens if you improve it, or you want to add something to it
I just
later
want to
on?
advertise what I did. And they said, oh, I can't do that. You can't do that because I own that image.
Yeah.
Just to get hired as as an editor or in a studio, you just want to show off what you did, but they say, oh, you can't do that.
Hmm.
That's when that's how giving up digital rights to your work. It's a no unless it's a very big lump sum of money.
Very. Yeah. Because then
This
they
lady was
could
offering me
do.
$3,000 for my digital rights for 3 pictures. You believe that? That's not
What?
enough.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't believe it.
Dang.
I couldn't believe it. You know, you know.
That means that they probably saw they saw your picture, and they probably had ideas or people interested if uh,
Like some of my pictures can be a T-shirt because my editing skill is so good. Like, is getting really much better. Like, it can be a T-shirt.
yeah.
Like, I'm just building a body of work right now and trying to build up my followers so I can start probably a T-shirt business down the road.
Nice. Yeah.
It's about the followers. Getting a lot of followers and starting to advertise a business.
Yeah.
That's what's it about. Like, that's what a lot of people in social media do is on social media to start their own business.
No, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
It could
Because
be a sneaker business, like you selling sneakers in your house. You know,
yeah. Because
like
that's what
you
some
know,
people do.
like giving them links to your eBay store. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know that's why
That's
people
true.
are so much people are jumping into social media because they want to eventually sell something to you that you'll probably like. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people also they do. Well, I mean, everybody they just want to get out of their 9 to 5 routine.
Or it helps your 9 to 5 get just to have extra money. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, that too. Yeah. Because man, it's tough.
Times are
Yep.
hard. People are trying to figure out what's the new hustle. You know?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not hustling you. I'm giving you a guarantee of an item, and I'm sending it to your house is a guarantee. But that's the way
Yeah.
business is done in all over the world. You know?
No. No. True. True.
Yeah. Did you see those new card machines? Like it shuffles cards and it gives you the cards. These little machine that spins around. Like you can literally
Yeah.
play blackjack with an AI card shuffling machine. You know that, right?
I don't know about playing blackjack, but I've heard of the
I
shuffling
saw
a
it.
lot.
I saw it in TikTok just now that this thing was like you have a button in front of you when you want to get hit for blackjack, and it's
Yeah.
serving you the card and reading your card, and it's serving itself up some set of cards, and it was like a dealer. You believe
Nice.
that?
Yeah, it was gonna happen.
You know,
Yeah.
but this is for your home on your table. So if you like to play blackjack or poker, get one of those AI robots. you know,
Yeah.
you know, and it shuffles cards for you. If you have guests playing Uno or whatever, it shuffles the cards for you and hands out the cards.
Especially for Uno, man. You're winning, nobody likes you.
But it's like $35 right now on TikTok, bro.
Oh,
It's a
really?
sale. Yeah.
Dang. Because
You
I
know,
know that,
technology's getting cheap, man. You know.
yeah, because I know the one for poker. I think my aunts bought one for my dad one time, and he loved it, but never used it. He used it once, and that was it.
Well, as you get older, you bring the family together and play more games. You know why you play more games when you get older? So you can keep, what it exercises your mind when you get older, and you always
Yeah.
got to exercise your mind. You know,
Yeah.
so board games and all of that is necessary to maintain your mental health and exercise your mind. You know,
Yeah. Especially poker.
oh, poker is frustrating, man. Sometimes, not all the time. But believe it or not, it's strategy, you know? Taking a
Yeah, it
chance,
is.
strategy, and all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, eventually AI is going to play chess with you, you know?
Oh,
Like,
that's one.
chess, you know?
Yeah, I always wanted to learn how to play chess.
hmm
I mean, I like checkers, but man, I always wanted to learn how to play chess. I just never had patience
I
for
can
it.
go to, like, Union Square right now. There's a park with a bunch of chess tables all over the place, and they invite
Uh-huh.
you to play. But these guys have timers, and these are professional chess players, but they're willing to teach anybody how to play chess, you know?
No, that's good.
And this is like professional chess because they have timers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, it teaches you how to think faster on your feet and things
Yeah.
like that, I guess.
Yep. New York can be a beautiful place if, if they clean up the city. The city's filthy right now because, like I said, that I don't know. It reeks of like urine and poop everywhere in the city now. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's uninviting when you have to smell these nasty odors all over the city and everything. It's uninviting. You know?
Yeah. Well, it happens, man. It's probably a few homeless people are just, because of course businesses are not going to let them go into their business to
Just
use
the
the.
businessmen are getting cheaper. They're making profits, but they're getting cheaper because there should be a law in place that once a week you have to power wash your property, your business properties, and homes. There should be a law. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it helps. It
Mm,
helps, like with tourism. If people know your city's clean and nice looking, it helps with tourism. You know.
it does.
Yep.
That's true. Because there was a one time we were coming from Discovery Green from downtown Houston, and it was already like about, I'll say 10:30, 11 o'clock. We were going one of the streets. There was hardly anybody in downtown already at that time. Everyone was leaving the park and all that. And
Yeah.
there was this guy, clearly, in a way, well, he was taking a crap on one of these benches.
Oh
He
crap.
had, yeah, he was using an old styrofoam plate to catch it. At least
Yeah.
he closed it and put it in the damn trash can. But he used the bench because they have little holes. He was sitting down and just using that to relieve himself, and then yeah, he just picked up the plate, put it in the trash can, and he was on his way. And then in that area, yeah, I mean, there was a part underneath the bridge heading toward downtown. If you're coming from the north, going,
Hmm.
and it smelled bad. You couldn't have your window open because there was a bunch of homeless people there, and it just smelled like piss until
Yeah.
they made a move,
Yeah.
and they're not there no more. But the smell went away. But
Yeah.
on hot days, I mean, it still lingers there in real hot
Especially
days.
in the summertime. Like in the
Hmm.
summer, power washing should be a law. You know, seriously, it's the heat brings up the nastiness of the cities, and it's disgusting. You know,
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. They
yeah,
should work on that. Have
yeah,
people do it. Yeah, because I get tired of going into convenience stores,
hmm,
and it looks like, hey, you know what? It could be thinking that it's going to be nice and clean, but nah, they
yeah.
just it's just messy. It's like, what? This is your store, your livelihood. Why are you letting it like be in this bad condition?
I
And it's just they just don't want to spend money on cleaners or pay extra for their employees to clean up the place. But a lot of them, it's
Mhm.
like, no. I can understand, like, sometimes in the neighborhood, like, you have the riffraffs that come in and you just don't want to keep it clean because then they come in and they want to steal from you.
Of course,
It's okay.
but every so much things have to change. Like the laws of shoplifting has to change. Everything has to change. You know,
Yeah.
because like in New York, you got to make like to get arrested for shoplifting is $999. If you hit $999, you're gonna get arrested. But if it's what you steal is under that, you can walk out the store and nobody can touch you. You know, and that's
Yeah.
a problem. You know.
It is because it's thing. I think it's because the judges, the lawyers don't want to mess with anything less than that because it's just for them it's a waste of money
Hmm.
and all that.
And
So
they know once the person steps out of the store, you can't touch them because it's assault and battery. You know, once they leave the with the item, you can't touch them. You know.
yeah, it's sad. That's why they do it. They know how much to try to take, and they just keep on doing it because
Yeah.
yeah, there's no repercussion for a certain amount. Yeah, I know because one time I found that out when I was working in a convenience store, and I would report whenever somebody would just steal like a 12 pack, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one time, this guy came in, pretty fit kid, truthfully. I think I was in my 30s at that time, but this guy looked like either he just got out of ROTC because he had a physique.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came in, yeah, like he had a gray army shirt or a shirt that said army, right, and all that. He crew cut everything, man. He did look like he was in ROTC, and it was not busy. So I was cleaning up, and my coworker, he was getting ready for his shift, and all of a sudden this guy was able to get 3 18 packs.
What?
3 18, yeah, he got 3 18 packs and jotted it out the door. He timed it. He picked them up. He was walking through the front, and I saw him. Okay, so I was cleaning the counters with the fountain drinks at. So I started
Yeah.
walking back to the register. All of a sudden, this lady came in to pay for gas, and he just like did that football move, just boom, twisted and ran out the door. I was
Wow.
like, crap, dude. And I went after him to get the license plate number at least. I was only able to get part of the damn license plate because they were waiting for him. It was a truck, a pickup
Yeah.
truck. When I made it outside, he just jumped right on, dude. He didn't even step on the bumper. He just jumped right on top of the damn back of the truck, and the guy took off. 3 18 packs.
Yeah.
Oh, and so I got part of the license plate, and since it was 18, it came old. Like the amount was like 70, $80. And then when I called the cops, they told me how much? 3 18 packs. The price, yeah, the total came out to like 60, like $70 really, I think.
Okay.
And like, wow, really? So they were like really on like it lit a fire up their butts. And I found out later, he was like, yeah, if they steal anything over $49.99 at any store, even Walmart, ECB there in the valley, they'll really go after them. But if it's under there, they just
You live in
do a
Texas or
report.
California? You say valley, where like there's a valley in Texas, or you lived in
Yeah, Rio
California
Grande. Yeah,
before?
no,
Okay.
no, it's in Texas. We call it the
Oh.
Rio Grande Valley. It's by
Oh,
the
okay.
it's
All right.
yeah, a bunch of towns and cities by
See,
the Rio Grande River.
you probably live in a red state, and they're more strict. You know, liberals, they don't care. You know, they
Hmm.
don't care if there's chaos. They don't care. You know, you know,
Hmm.
and New York City it's getting worse day by day. You know, it's getting worse. You know,
Yeah,
and
but
that's yeah. It's just I gotta leave New York. I gotta leave. I need to go to a red state. I need, I need to, you know,
yeah, you
because
want to leave, and other people that live in small communities and they want to dream big, they want to go to New York.
listen, New York, it's rigged. Everything's rigged in New York. Let me tell you, if you're not coming in with serious money, to start, to have a good idea for a business and it's gonna succeed, don't come to New York. Please don't come to New York. Because you're gonna get a rude awakening where you're gonna pay $4,000 rent for a 2-bedroom apartment, and
Oh,
you're gonna
shit.
hate it. You're gonna hate it. You know.
Damn,
You know.
that much?
Yeah, that much. Mm,
And
You
it's
know.
and all the hints are there in the game Monopoly. That's why Broadway and all that are
Yeah.
expensive.
But guess what they're doing to the poorest neighborhoods in New York City? Gentrification is happening because certain communities that used to live in high end neighborhoods,
Yeah,
they can't afford to live there anymore. So they come to this neighborhood, to like certain neighborhoods, and guess what the landowner does? Since a certain category of people are coming to that neighborhood, they raise the rent too there. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
No, it happens.
it's just a lose lose situation. You know,
Yeah,
you know,
like yeah. I mean, they're trying to stop that here and for
yeah,
apartments. I
yeah,
didn't even know until there's some people, well, like the news, there's actually somebody that does certain research, and they have their own little segment. And I found out here in Texas, the apartments, they're supposed to have some apartments available for people that are struggling financially, at least.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, every single one, even if it's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. They don't offer that. They always ask you, you have to make three. Now it's like four
Well,
times what you make.
they rig what the applications like. If there's like a bracket, right? Of like,
Yeah.
if you make this between this income and that income, you qualify for these apartments. They rig all that, you know.
Hmm.
They seriously rig it because it'll be like the lowest price will be unattainable because it's too low. You know,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yep.
You literally have to be a crackhead collecting bottles to get that. On a regular making a good that salary collecting bottles to get that apartment. You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people work and they make too much. You know.
And then for the ones that if they work and they
Yeah.
offer them, it's still too much.
Yeah, it's too high. Sometimes it's too high or too low. You know,
Hmm.
like it's unattainable. They set it up because they want high end people to live there. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
But then it doesn't make it matter because usually these high end people they end up being dicks anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. You know, it's just things have to change for the better because don't worry. Like I told you, it's gonna implode on Trump his last year. It's gonna implode. You know.
Yeah. And the
And
politicians and the
he ain't gonna
government
know
are
what to
gonna.
do. He is not gonna know what to do. You know.
Mm-mm.
Right now he's
He's
Mr.
gonna.
Answer Man, right? But his last year he ain't gonna be Mr. Answer Man. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Well, he put himself in that situation and and all that. Anyway, so
you know
yeah,
we.
the back to editing.
But like I said, editing is so important now. Like as an artist, you draw, you paint. It's so important. It's very
Yeah.
important. You know.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is. I'm trying. I was truthfully, I was like stubborn as fuck about using digital art and all that. Because well, I prefer, I guess, because my preference, I still like the pen in my hand,
Yeah.
paper, all
I,
that
I,
stuff.
remember I told you the remedy, a drawing pad. It's just a
Yeah,
black pad that's really sensitive to like pen strokes, and you
yeah,
connect it to a PC or monitor. You know,
yeah. I
it's
know.
just a black
It,
pad that you can like stroke a pen on. You know,
yeah.
and it's like $50. You know,
No, they're cheap. I know because I bought that tablet
yeah.
for my wife one time because she was learning. She wanted to learn editing
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So I found one, and yeah, she has it. She used it, but then I forgot what the hell. Oh, she left it on the counter next to her computer doing whatever. Then she went to go because it happened while I was at work. Because she called me. Uh,
Yeah.
one of the cats came and got on top of the computer desk,
The pad. Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and he bumped it off.
Oh okay.
It
It didn't
yeah,
break.
so
It broke.
yeah, it did. It broke.
Oh.
It broke because it was like yeah, I know it wasn't that high, but it's just the angle it broke. It it didn't work no more. And then I shaked it and I could hear something was loose inside of it.
Yeah.
And to get it fixed was literally
It's a lot.
double what
It's a lot.
it was.
Just pay the $50 again and get a new one. You know,
Yeah,
that's all I can tell you. You know, because
yeah,
to fix things cost more than the product itself. You know?
Yep, because of the sensors and whatnot. I
Yeah.
know the guy was telling me and all that. So, but yep, no, because I have that Sketch app in my phone, and I even did it on my laptop. If my little one wasn't using my laptop to do her schoolwork, I'd probably be doing it right now. But yeah, I actually ordered a pen from Wish, and it works very well with it.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's true. I just need to find a screen protector to put on my laptop.
But you know that
But
pad can connect to your tablet too. You know?
yeah,
That
yeah,
because believe it or not, you're old school, you gotta feel texture, you gotta feel all that,
hmm
you know, when you're
I like
drawing.
the yeah. I love to hear the sound of the pencil on the paper,
And
or even the pen.
it makes the sound of like the pencil like the sound that when you're rubbing a pencil towards a paper, it makes the
Yeah,
sound too, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know because Mr. 1000, the guy I follow in YouTube, yeah, he invested on an iPad and
Yeah.
he downloaded Procreate. Procreate has it, and
Yeah.
it I could hear it. Every time he would do his drawing, I could hear the sound of the pencil against the paper. It
Hmm.
was so cool.
Yeah.
But now,
But you don't have to buy an iPad to do all of that now. Like modern technology is so advanced now. You can pay
yeah,
$150 for a tablet, a nice, I guess, is like 11-inch tablet, and you can do it. On your own. But like
yeah,
we're talking about artists on a budget. You know, and that's old school, like you are, like drawing on paper. The drawing pad is better. You know.
yeah,
Because I'm kind of old school too. I gotta feel the surface instead of a flat, this smooth screen. I gotta feel
yeah,
surface, you know.
yeah. That's
And
true. Because it took me. I get frustrated because when I use my laptop, right,
yeah,
it's so smooth.
yeah.
It's like what the hell? It took me a while to get used to it. It's just.
And these new pens they changed the points. Like
Hmm.
these new pens that come with these drawing pads, they have like 8 different points, like thick, thin, thinner, and that's so cool, you know.
Yeah.
So you can change the points.
No. True. True.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen them. I see a lot of them being used in YouTube by comic book artists
yeah.
now and all that. Like you said, like Todd McFarlane uses it. I can't
Yeah, he
believe
does it
he.
all the time. He shows off. Oh, I'm gonna make Spawn right now. And he does it in 2 minutes. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
and it's pretty wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was for that special when he was doing the 300, his 300 issue. Yeah, he
Yeah.
went back to regular paper and pen. He was using microns and all that because he was drawing all the time because he was the one doing it. He wasn't
Yeah.
just doing the sketch and having somebody else ink it. He was doing the whole shebang.
I'm telling you, AI can ink for you. It's just so scary. You know.
Yeah.
Like
No, because you know what?
AI can ink.
I just feel like it's cheating, but I'm going to have to do it like I did. Well, I know you saw me when I was
If
doing this
if
one.
if you're making comic books on a regular and you're selling comic books
Uh huh.
and you need like to like draw, sketch, ink, paint, it helps because you're like your own machine creating a product, and
Yeah.
you can literally like ship out product more often and make money. You
Yeah.
know, and that's the shortcut for AI. Like it can help. It can be bad in a way because it can destroy jobs, but if you're your own conglomerate, you're the only one doing everything. It'll help you,
Yeah.
you know.
It
And
is. It
you're
is.
putting out a product more frequent. You make more money for yourself. That is real cool,
Yeah.
bro. I like that. That's cool, man. That is nice. I see the
Yeah. And
background. I like the
yeah.
background too. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it was
is.
something because like I have that's what I like about being an artist. Well, now that I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, which is real tough for me. Like I did the background in marker first, and then I have these acrylic markers that I purchased because I was trying to do a little bit of everything, man. Like I did this Silver Surfer cup, this tumbler.
You did that? Oh, that's
Yeah,
really cool, bro. That
I,
is
I
nice.
yeah, and I did it all with the acrylic markers. I did this one, and I put resin on it to protect it. I did another metal tumbler. I have it there just to play with it, and then I stopped using them. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. So I did this. You
Hmm.
saw me, and I like it, and I'm like, you know what? This is cute for a kid's shirt. So
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
thinking, I gotta get a. I don't know. I don't know if you know how to do it, but I need to find a way to without all the hassle, but take a picture with my phone or something and just have it directly uploaded to my laptop. So, because I want
What
to
what
get it
type of
cleaner.
phone do you have?
I have what the one I have is a Samsung Ultra
Oh, so
22.
that is Android. So you
It's an
got to get
Android,
an
yeah.
Android-based laptop that has Google Photos.
Google folders.
It
Ah, okay.
syncs. It syncs. You just put your ID and password, and it syncs your stuff into the laptop. So
Mm.
that's all you need to do. You know.
It's weird because my phone used to be um, connected to my laptop at a certain point, but then it broke, and then the new one um, doesn't like it get. I try to connect it. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute! But you said Google, but the ones I have is Microsoft. Everything is. Oh wait, no.
Samsung is not a Microsoft phone, but
Yeah,
Samsung is Android.
it's
You
Android.
know, and you need a
So
laptop that's Android too, or a tablet that's Android, and you can do all that in a tablet too, editing and all of that. You can do all of that. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to
Yeah.
um, get the apps for it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
So
did. My wife showed me because she's doing her little on YouTube. She does little videos
yeah.
and all that. She'll come up with some words and then she asks the AI to help her out with a song, and then she puts the description of what she wants, and it does her little short videos that are real cool. I mean,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah. I
visually
mean,
and all that. She's really good at it.
people don't
Uh,
realize what they got in their hands on their when they get a new phone. That there's so much updates like that are improving like life and everything and making life easier. And believe it or not, like editing like is getting much easier to do. You know,
yeah,
it's not like the '90s where you need a supercomputer to edit. There's you don't need a supercomputer. You know, you don't need
yeah.
it. You know,
Or hours away from the family too,
yeah, yeah. Like I
which
sometimes
is
edit on my phone, right, on my job. You know,
yeah,
it's that easy now. You know.
cool. That's good to know. Yeah, because I got to do some more advertising, more ads for my artwork too. Because I think it's the reason that like especially for YouTube, I want to go live here and YouTube, and I only have 24 followers, and I've been at well, really till the oh, I actually only had 13 followers for about or subscribers for about 2 years, I think 2 3 years. But then when I started putting more content and clips, it was more the short clips. I got another 11, 11 people signed up. They subscribed, which is good. And I just need 50 so I could do live on on YouTube. It's crazy. And it's like, nah, I got to get better content because it just stopped there. It's like in hiatus, you know. So I'm trying to do different things. I'm trying to show like my process more. If
No,
people want,
you know what? This is entertaining for people that appreciate art. You know, like that.
yeah,
You know, Bob Ross was notorious for that. You know, so he's the goat. You
yeah,
know, and I find this entertaining to see a process. You know,
yeah,
because I do this. I'm a step above because I do toy photography because I'm trying
hmm,
to lure more people to watch my stuff, and I'm like a content creating machine with toy photography. You know,
yeah,
and sometimes you got to do it. Like to bring people to know you and to get used to watching your content. You got to do something popular to get people to see your work, your original work.
yeah,
And that's what I'm trying to do. You know,
yeah. And you do because man, I see it and it's real. It's really good.
yeah. And
I
I'm trying to get people in their at least one foot in the door to know who I am and to be curious about my profile and my work. You
yeah,
know, and there's a lot of toy collectors and artists that I say, hey, you inspire me. You just got me to do more art drawings because your work is so entertaining and fun. I want to do what you're doing. You know,
yeah.
and
No, it's true.
it's just I like to inspire. That's the most important thing for an artist is to inspire another artist to pick up a pen, or pencil, or paper, and keep moving on with the with art.
Yeah,
Because art can be a journal of your life if you
it
if you
can
stay
be.
faithful to it.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. And you know what? That truthfully, that there was this one time I really enjoyed this one session I did because I had this.
Mhm.
I couldn't tell if it was a kid, maybe like late teens, or a young gentleman, maybe like between 18 and 21, 22. But they were asking questions in which I didn't mind. I actually enjoyed it because they were asking me how I did my shading,
Yeah.
how I started my process, things like that. It was really enjoyable. It made me feel like they appreciate, like you said, like they appreciate the art and the process. And
I noticed you use the old school method of the blue pencils, the light blue pencils,
yeah,
like to draw first, and then you blacken it all up. What you want to show. You
yeah.
know, that's old school.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
old school. I love it. I mean, that's what I was curious because man, when I actually found a decent comic book shop back home and
Yeah.
all that, I flipped through the Wizard magazine. I
Oh
saw a lot
man,
of
I
these.
remember, I remember Wizard. Oh
Yeah,
man, I
yeah,
remember Wizard. Yeah.
and I was like, what? They're using a blue pencil? I was looking and I would read it. It's like, yeah, when they have it scanned, it doesn't show up. That blue.
Before the internet, Wizard was the magazine to find the next great comic book that's coming out soon. Wizard
Yep,
was the magazine. You know.
yeah. I I bought them. I love the Bart Sears part,
Mm-hmm.
where it was the drawing. What was it? Brutes and Babes.
Mm-hmm.
He would give his little things before they got Greg Capello. Greg did
Yeah.
several issues there too, and then after that they went with different artists,
Yeah.
and it was great. I love the articles.
And the
That's where
covers
you're.
were unbelievable. The covers
Yeah,
were unbelievable. You
yeah,
know. And
man.
I
I
was
think
going to art school, and I would have a stack of Wizard, and I would buy, Vogue, all these model magazines, not because I'm interested in fashion or whatever.
yeah,
It's to
but that's where
copy the
you.
poses for the females because sex appeal sells with female superheroes. You know,
Yeah,
it
that's
sells.
true.
Yeah, And there's a guy called ICFX Arts. He's a very cool artist. Like his inking is impeccable. But one thing I noticed is that he's G rated when it comes to the females. And you can't be G rated when you're doing like a comic book like character, especially a female. You can't be G rated. Sex appeal sells, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying showing showing nipples or showing private parts, but sex appeal sells with comic book females.
Yeah, that's why Frank
Yeah.
Show, Scott Campbell,
Yeah.
they excel in that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, that's why they don't really do much comic books now, but they just do covers and it just sells.
And
And
the
that's what they,
70s were the females were a little different and a little bit conservative in the 70s and 60s, you
hmm
know? But once the 80s and 90s came out, people were like the females were like, "Whoa," you know? And the reason is that sex appeal always sold because you have these famous Hollywood artists back in the day doing these posters, and the posters would sell out. You know, like
yeah,
actors, the poster would sell out. You know why? Because sex appeal sells. You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Marilyn Monroe poster back in the day was she was rich off her poster. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, that's what here, and it does sell. It does sell.
yeah. You know, I'm
That's what
telling you, man.
people. Yeah, that's what they want.
And it has to transition in the theater, in the movies, and in art, like drawing,
hmm
because everybody, especially men, fantasize about the perfect woman all the time. You know, we all do.
Yeah,
You know, we don't have to have X-rated minds, but sometimes when every everybody fantasizes about the perfect woman or man. You know,
yeah,
you know that's gonna save them. From their situations, and that's what comic books come into play. You know, you know,
that's yeah, true.
like Superman. Forget it. Superman is a very handsome man, tall, dark, and handsome, with old school values. He's like back in the day, the perfect man. You know,
Yep.
you
Yeah,
know.
the what do they call it? The old American way, supposedly.
Yeah, yeah. Just you know, saving the cat from the tree and walking the granny across the street and all of that. The old American values. You know,
hmm
and Superman was that guy. You know.
Yeah, yeah, he was. He
Yeah.
was. Well, still is to a
He
point.
still is because of James Gunn. He's doing it right. Because Man of Steel, Superman wasn't that guy. He wasn't. He was a hunk, but he broke necks and gave people a beating. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
true.
Yeah.
It's
But
weird because at a certain point, that's what they wanted Superman to change a little bit
yeah.
because they didn't want that old fashioned thing. But they realized in the long run that that's what made him that character. If you
You
change
see,
him,
when when he like loses a fight, right? With those values, people watch and say, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen to Superman?" But if you have like a roughneck, good-looking guy that enjoys getting beat up and beats up people, the what's it called, the climax, everything is predictable, you know,
yeah,
and you don't want people to predict what's the next move in a theater or in a comic book, you know.
yeah, no, that's true.
You want to be in suspense of the character. That's why people love Batman and Daredevil, because he's human. These people are human beings fighting superhuman beings. You know,
Yeah, they
and
don't.
they could die any moment. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's what people like. You know,
They do. They
yeah,
it keeps them on their toes.
yeah, because you want a character that is, almost like you in a way with certain values, and they know that, oh, if I do the wrong move, I could die. You know,
Hmm. Yeah,
because that's almost reality. If you make the worst mistake of your life, financially or physically, there's a chance that you're gonna have health problems or financial problems, and you're gonna be miserable. You know,
yeah.
you know.
Like Spider-Man.
Spider Man is too OD, like too overpowered. Like he's lifting cars in the comics and everything. He's too overpowered, man. You know?
Well, it depends, because he is. But the thing about it at certain times is they make him pull his punches,
Yeah.
and in certain scenarios. But like if he was gonna keep a car, if it's flipping to
Like
hit
I understand the
somebody.
webbing pulling off a car and just like saving somebody his webs, but
Hmm.
like him lifting a car, you know, is like okay, you added too much like attributes of like a superpower, you know, on him.
Hmm.
You know, he needs limitations so people can like worry about him, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And that's what entertains people, because people want to feel like, oh my God, Spider Man's gonna die. You know,
yeah,
and when you overpower a superhero, people think it's generic now. You know,
yeah. They want it
and
more relatable.
they're yeah, more relatable. You know, like these amateur. I'm not gonna say the amateurs. I'm gonna say these small comic book artists. They overpower the superhero, and the superhero looks generic. You know,
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that. Don't ever overpower any superhero, because people need to see they have limitations. You know,
yeah.
you need to see it. You know,
No, they
you
do.
know, and then that would draw anybody to want to read your comic book. You know, that would draw anybody. You know,
Hmm. No, that's true.
yeah,
And that's true. I mean, I guess it was sometimes to surprise a few people. I guess I think that's why they allowed Todd McFarlane to do what he did with Spider-Man before they actually gave him Spider-Man. Because I have, do I have the issue? I know, I think I had the issue somewhere. But he meets this villain called Paladin.
yeah,
Yeah, Paladin. Okay, and that one, yeah, he actually picks up a tank. He picks up
yeah.
a tank and tells
And
us,
that will bother me if I'm reading a comic. I'm like, that will bother me. Like
yeah,
I want someone to like not be the guy walking down the street, but someone that almost looks realistic in the comics.
yeah,
And the Watchmen, they did that, and it hit off. You know,
yeah.
because everybody was killable in the Watchmen. You know,
Hmm.
and look at that. Look at how that hit off. It spun off that the Boys miniseries. It spun it off. You know,
Yeah,
so that's like the blueprint to like a superhero miniseries, The Watchmen. You know,
true, true.
yeah,
Well, I guess because I like that is because by the time, like I didn't have access to comic books till I was already
yeah,
in seventh, eighth grade. because there was only one convenience store, but I was like about 4 or 5 that actually got comics in their comic book rack, and it was Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't know how to read, so I would just flip through the pictures
You
whenever I
had
had a
Dark
chance.
Horse. You had like other comic books that were. They know they couldn't compete with Marvel and DC, so
Mhm.
they created movies like novels, like graphic novels, to try to get a sale. Like seriously, because Marvel and DC always like overshadows other companies. You know,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
a lot of smaller companies they figured out the formula to get a sale, like create a beginning and an end. You know.
Yeah.
And
Don't try
sell
to
that
drag it
graphic
up.
novel, like The
Yep.
Crow, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Watchmen.
Yep.
They had a beginning and an end. You know,
True.
you look how those franchises spun off. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like yeah, because I forgot how old I was, but I actually saw
Even
at a
Walking Dead
Walden
was a
bookstore.
comic. You know,
Which one?
Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I know. I bought the
It's
first
a
issue.
sci-fi. It's a graphic novel. You know,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I actually bought the first few issues of that.
yeah.
Yep. But still, yeah. But like all that, I didn't see until later on.
Yeah.
So when actually got to see Spider-Man, it was when Todd McFarlane was drawing them. I didn't know too
The
much of it.
Sandman series that DC does.
Yeah.
It's a great comic, bro. Sandman. Oh my god. You got to get yourself some Sandman up, or just get a subscription, subscription, and read some
Hmm.
Sandman, bro. It's so good, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, I was tempted to buy, but I just at one time in Barnes and Noble, I
Yeah.
saw an omnibus of it,
hmm
but yeah, it wasn't in the budget though.
It's on Netflix, Sandman, but it's not DC. I don't think DC is claiming it. You know?
No, I think it's because they did it at one time, but it's through a different um, corporation in
Yeah.
a way. It's like how Marvel did with a lot of their characters, sell it off.
Blade and everything. They didn't claim Blade in the beginning. You know?
Mm-mm. Yeah, they sold them all. Like at
Yeah.
one time, like when I went to Walt Disney, uh, Walt Disney World in Florida one time, I was
hmm
wondering why I was seeing the Punisher cards there and Captain America. And then later on, I found out it's because they had
You know,
sold
there,
off.
there were horrible Marvel movies in the 80s and 70s. Horrible.
Yeah,
It was bad. It was bad. Because, you need CGI to make Marvel come alive, you know?
yeah. Like, did
Because,
you ever see the Punisher with
with Dolph Lundgren,
Duff? Yes.
and he had like a trademark knife, like a dagger with a skull at the end of it that he
Yeah, I
would
think so.
leave when he killed people.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I think the majority of the part where he actually shot or killed somebody with a gun that I saw was an arcade place.
Oh,
I
yeah?
just remember him, yeah, shooting that up. I'm like, what's the whole point of
Punisher
doing
does
that?
not shoot up arcades. He does. He can't. He values life, but he hates
Hmm.
crime. He does not
Yep.
shoot up arcades. You know,
Yeah, and that's
maybe
what
in
I.
a dark alley he will follow the guy and then wipe him out in a dark alley. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's his style. You know.
That is, yeah. And then when I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Just because they're having a meeting there, and I guess I don't know to scare him off or what, but he just started shooting randomly, and it was just hitting arcade games and whatever was there. And I was like, wait, I bought this big magazine of the Punisher,
Yeah.
and that's not even it. And like, what the hell's going on?
And they
Yeah.
didn't really like tell you his backstory. I don't think they ever told you his backstory like that, right?
No, no, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. So I was. So no, they did not that I remember. Yeah, they did not talk about his why he became the Punisher. They just
And
made him look like a drunk, really.
yeah, yeah. And this is why DC like controlled everything back in the day because they didn't OD on their characters like that. Like if they created a giant, he looked like a normal person in a costume. You know,
Hmm.
like Marvel, their humble beginnings were horror movie comics. You know,
Yeah,
they created the Hulk like during the age of the horror movie comics they were creating. You know,
yeah,
and they made him into a hero. And further down the road. You know, but they were all about horror movie comics, ODing on like characters, making them look weird and stuff. Like mutants. And
yeah,
it didn't transcend back in the day in the 70s and 80s because the special effects weren't on point and CGI. You know,
yeah. True.
you know, and that's why DC excelled because it's just a bunch of guys in pajamas back in the day.
Yeah,
You know,
handmade. My
yeah,
aunt made me this costume.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Because I
Yeah.
do remember when let's see, Captain America came out in TV.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing that motorcycle helmet
Yeah. And
and
it
his.
didn't look good. It didn't look good. It just,
No, I didn't.
yeah. And then you see Superman laying on sit like putting belly first on a table with a movie projector screen, pretending to fly. You know, and it
Hmm.
looked good.
Yeah, they worked on that.
Yeah,
Not trying to make money by trying to do shortcuts.
yeah, and it worked at the time. Christopher
Yeah,
Reeves, and also they had a great actor called Christopher Reeves. You know,
yeah,
who like embodied like the characteristics of Superman. Like he was a great actor. You know?
yeah. He was.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, it's just sad the way he that freaky accident with the horse and all that.
Oh
Was it?
man,
Wait,
it's
was
just
it?
he was still acting and doing his thing with dramas and everything, and
Yeah,
that was a horrible tragedy, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would have been nice if, like, for him to come out in a movie now.
Yeah.
Like they were
Like
thinking
just
about.
being an actor in a Superman movie that he's not Superman but playing a part would have
Yeah,
been awesome. Like the the newsroom supervisor, he could have been that. Like
yeah,
you know
yeah.
for the
Because I
Daily Planet.
remember.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a picture because they want to do a of like a what if they made a movie of Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Someone did a computer generated picture of Christopher Reeve as Superman for Kingdom Come.
Oh, that would be awesome. I got this was in HBO Max, right? They made their own version of What If. I gotta see
I,
that if they did.
yeah, but on that one, I think they got the what's his name, Brandon something. No, no,
Yeah.
it was somebody. It was I think one of the last issues of Wizard, and they were talking about it like before Wizard fell off the face of the planet.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, somebody did a computer generated picture of
Oh, that's cool,
Christopher
man.
Reeve. Yeah, it was there, and they had
I
some
gotta
other
check. I
ones.
gotta check it online because everything pops up online. I gotta see the cover later on. You know. But you know Savage Avengers?
I've heard of them. Yes.
It's Conan the Barbarian joining the Avengers with other
Really.
anti-heroes like Wolverine, Venom, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And these are all like it's like Suicide Squad but for Marvel, you know? These are
Really.
people that go good and bad all the time. Like Wolverine, Venom, you know, and
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian was in the group. And this is the best way to get Arnold in CGI and talking in an Avengers movie if they bring back the 70s Conan the Barbarian.
Yep.
This would be an awesome like tribute and it would probably be a great movie because the Punisher is the leader of the group. You know?
Yeah.
You know? I'm telling you, I did a team picture of my new version of Savage Avengers, but I didn't have a Conan the Barbarian figure at the time, and I used Son of Hulk, Scar Son of Hulk, as the
Yeah.
member. You know,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and they need to bring back Arnold, man, like to play Conan the Barbarian one more time, and then
They do.
pass the torch to Sons, the Scar Son of Hulk, pass the torch
Yeah.
to him. You know.
Yep. That's true. Because supposedly he's supposed to be even stronger than the Hulk. Well, that was the profile. I don't know if he actually
Who's the
is.
mother of Scar? Like who got
That
impregnated and made Scar? Like it would be cool.
it,
Black Widow, like in the MCU, was the mother. You
yeah,
know?
but no, but it was that lady that from the Planet Hulk series where he
Yeah,
was enslaved,
yeah,
uh, where he met the Silver Surfer, brainwashed. Yeah, it
yeah.
was the that girl that soldier because she was like one of those born every few generations that was extremely strong and all that, so she was able to bear Scar.
It's
And since
not the
she had,
girl. It's not that Archangel girl from not Archangel. She's like she rides those horses with the wings in
Valkyrie,
Thor.
no, no,
Valkyrie. It's not
yeah,
Valkyrie, right? That got
no,
impregnated.
no, no. It was an alien girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you, it's in the almost the same way. If you see the animated cartoon,
yeah.
even the book, it's the same character. They didn't change much of it, which is good. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was an alien girl
Hmm.
uh, that that fell in love with him
Hmm.
because she finally saw the truth of the king she was serving. He was responsible for the death of her family, her race, really, her people.
Okay.
Yeah, so she
You know what
rebels.
Disney Plus needs to do to
Well,
bring back the Infinity Gauntlet like series, the comic book, into a mini series in Disney Plus. Like rewrite, you bring back the original story. I want to see Lady Death. I want to see all of that. I want to see all that happen. You know,
yeah, yeah, me too. That's why
I
when
want
I,
Adam Warlock to be the hero again. You
yep,
know,
yeah, not what came out. I mean, I
yeah,
understand all that, but like, nah, they just they went at it too damn early with the Infinity War.
yeah.
They did. I
It
know they
should
were
have been a
desperate,
third
but
movie. It should have been a third movie, right? It should have been. You know?
yeah, yep, and all this time travel and stuff. I didn't like the fact when Thanos used the glove that it almost killed him. Even the second time, it was just weird. It was like, really, nah. Like
Well,
he's
it makes sense if you're mass murdering half the galaxy that there's a cost to it, like to your health. You know,
yeah, that's true.
it makes a lot of sense because with great responsibility, there's a cause effect to it. It should
Yeah,
always be like that. Like if you're gonna do something real crazy, expect it to come back to you, like karma.
yeah,
You know,
true.
you know.
Yeah, because yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to keep it a little bit, how you say, realistic in a way because
Yeah.
uh, it had. Well, you're messing with some pretty powerful stones, so imagine the radiation that takes effect. Oh, all that into consideration on any type of body. So yeah, it would be fatal. But still, I mean, that comic was still real good.
It was
The series.
one of their best treasures, like the Infinity Gauntlet, man. It was like
Hmm.
one of their best treasures. And
Yeah,
that's like using the last of your nukes to blow up a country too early. you know?
yeah, way too early.
You know?
Yeah,
And now they're in limbo. Like Marvel's literally in limbo, the MCU, because they use the heavy artillery early. You know? You know?
And yeah, that's what I thought right off the bat. When you're probably gonna have a little bit of a hard time. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit louder because my
Okay.
phone is going a little bit low on power. I'm noticing it here
Mm-hmm.
on my end, so I'm taking off the mic from my phone. Anyway, but yeah, they fired their best nuke too damn early,
Yeah.
like you said, and
And Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was their nuke too. You
mhm,
know? And Spider-Man is fun to see, no matter what, but Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man to me. Like, you know, it him fighting the Green Goblin and all of that, that was a good movie, man. You know?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, because he portrayed him more that way. Andrew Garfield, he did a good job, but he made him too cool, which was
Yeah.
fine, I guess. He just made
Yeah.
him too cool. And then what's his name? Tom Holland.
Yeah.
He made him like more of the teenage version of him
Yeah.
because he had the voice
Yeah.
and all that.
But
And
he could have been Ultimate Spider-Man, Tom Holland, And
yeah,
then there's a different Green Goblin there too, the demon looking one. You know?
yep.
Like, why didn't they just go Ultimate Spider-Man with Tom Holland? You know?
Well, I don't know. I think it's because they're trying to bring in the original Marvel. They're trying to get all that crap like in order in a way.
Yeah.
Because rumor has it they want to bring in the X-Men now.
But that's
That
Secret
they're
Wars. They're gonna come in, you know?
something like that. Yeah.
And it's gonna be the next movie after Secret Wars is gonna be Marvel Civil War versus Avengers versus X-Men. You know?
Yeah.
And that's gonna be crazy.
In order for that to work, they're gonna have to find a Magneto again,
Yeah.
because that was the whole point of that
Well, they're gonna reboot it.
situation.
What they're gonna do is reboot it and give us the new Avengers versus the X-Men, not the original Avengers. So
Okay.
Magneto is gonna be young, you know.
Yeah.
So these are new actors, so it's attainable, you know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully so, because lately they just been dropping the ball. Because I finally got to see the Thunderbolts and
I didn't
in
like
Disney
it.
Plus. I did
I
not like
saw
it.
the first 30 minutes. I went to bed. I went to sleep. I didn't like the humor. I didn't like nothing about it. Oh my god, you know.
Yeah.
I saw the Fantastic Four, and it was slow. The beginning was slow, you know. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the '60s and everything, and But once I saw Mole Man look like a regular person, I shut it off, bro. I said, "Yo, this is not my Mole Man ever," you know.
Yeah.
you know, like Mole Man looks weird. That's why he's underground, you know.
Yeah.
because he's not accepted by humanity and society, bro. Moment. That's why he went underground. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
And then he has that. Did he have the visor?
Yeah, yeah. He didn't look. Well, his clothes looked like Mole Man, but his face never looked like Mole Man ever to me. You know,
Hmm.
it was just a overweight guy with his costume on, and I didn't like it. You know.
Yeah. Did he have
Did you
his
see the
staff?
Fantastic Four? Did you see it?
No. Is it on Disney Plus already?
No, no. You can
I
find it
didn't
other
go.
places, but I'm not trying to reveal that. you know.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. No, I haven't seen it yet.
But it was slow, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. You know. And she, if Invisible Woman takes a pregnancy test in the beginning, and they found out she's pregnant, and then they fast track the whole movie where they are the protectors of Earth, and Mole Man is on a press conference. I only trust the Fantastic Four. I don't trust nobody else. You know. And
Really?
then his underground world has a peace treaty, you know, and fast tracking everything. I don't like it, you know. You know,
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I gotta. It sounds bad and slow.
they fast
So
forward everything in the beginning, and I hated it. You know, I want to see drama. I don't want to see something fast forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Question. I don't care if it is Susan Storm pregnant when she went to space or after?
After.
Oh, okay, good.
Hmm.
Okay. Because the way I've been hearing that, yeah, but the way people have been making it sound is like she
She wasn't
was
pregnant
already.
when she got her powers. No. Is when
Okay, yeah.
afterwards they show that in the beginning, and then they're chilling in a hotel room or their apartment, and she takes
Hmm.
a pregnancy test. You know.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because what I remember is she couldn't have any.
Hmm.
In the comic style, it's like she couldn't have any. She was not capable of doing that. Uh, so when it's like when people started saying like, "Oh yeah, she was pregnant when she went to
They
space," and
changed the story of Super Scroll. You
really,
know, um, he only could the new Super Scroll could only do three of the abilities of the Fantastic Four.
oh man,
The invisible ability he can't do. So that's his weakness. You know? And they nerfed Super Scroll, and I guess it
yeah, of
works
course,
for like motion picture reasons. It works, because Super
yeah,
Scroll has no weakness, unless the Fantastic Four work together,
yeah,
you know. And they once again they're making a woke decision to make the woman win win the day all the time. And once in a while that's okay, but to do it in every movie, it's stupid. You know, it's very
yeah,
stupid. You know, because the Fantastic Four is a team. They have to work together to defeat people.
yep.
You know.
And that's the way they've always done it.
Yep.
But I wonder where they got that idea.
It's just that's why people like are so turned off from watching Marvel movies, because you're not straight to the point with the comic. You know, you
Hmm.
want to change things to have a liberal agenda. You know, some of these characters are not liberal. Some of them are conservative, like Superman. You know,
Yeah, very true.
like Fantastic Four, the first family,
Yeah,
very conservative, even though they got those superpowers. You know. The only
Yeah.
like off the wall person was the Thing. You know, he
Yep.
was Mr. Liberal, but the rest of the family kept him in check. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what's killing a lot of the comics today.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
what did you think
remember
about?
that this comic book artist, right? The DC, the head of the DC Comics, the whatever they call the guy, I forgot. When they, you know, told him, hey, we want you to make a gay Superman. Hey, can you make that happen for us? He quit right there and then. I said, I'm no way in hell I'm making a gay Superman. He quit. You know.
Oh, that's right.
You know.
Yeah.
Because Superman
right.
represents this is like from the 40s, comics from the 40s, and he represents that era. The attitude and everything. He represents that era, and to
Yeah.
pervert it is like turning a cross upside down and say, "Hey, that's the new cross." You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The Catholic Church, the Christians will flip out. You know?
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah.
You got that right.
You know?
But yeah, I remember. And then they turned his son bi or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, no. Like,
You can
I
never
don't-
change a Superman to be super liberal. It will
Yeah.
not work, because he comes from an era that wasn't liberal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they already have their own parades and all that.
But why change something that doesn't need to be changed to suit a certain group of people? That's stupid,
Not because they want to use that to get more kids confused.
Like reprogramming young minds to sleep with goats,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I mean-
it's like Caligula all over again. Remember Caligula? He put a thong on a horse.
What?
He slept with a horse.
Really?
He had a horse laying on his bed, and he was dry humping a horse. I don't know in the movie,
Damn.
You know.
Damn. No, I don't remember that one. I don't think I
Look at the movie Caligula. He had a horse in his bed.
Damn.
That was an X-rated movie. You know that, right?
No, not, cause I never even heard of that movie.
It was made. It was a popular movie because of the story of Caligula, which was real, and he was X-rated. His life was all X-rated. Like the Caesar Caligula was a super perverted human being, bisexual. No, he was trisexual. He'll try anything.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow. No.
And it was triple X-rated.
Dang, man. No, because like I said, man, the Rio Grande Valley.
It's a real person. Damn. In Roman times.
That is crazy. No, I mean, jeez, when everything is like trending in New York, California, and everybody's buying them and whatnot, or news or that, what you're talking about. Nah, where I lived at, it'd be like 5 years later when we even get a whiff of it.
Yeah.
And so it's like
I'm
we're
from liberal
so
New York, and all this, liberal New York gets everything first. The Parisian comes first in New York.
obviously, geez.
And like I said, this is just they realize that the classroom is the first place to reprogram minds.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, eventually the school system is going to say, it's okay to sleep with a horse. If you want to marry a horse, you can. And I'll be your elementary school teacher.
And like, no, no, get
Yeah,
away.
you know.
I know when oh, it was like that topic, which I haven't heard, thank God of it,
Yeah,
where there was certain kids when they were trying to
yeah,
push that transgender crap that they were saying
yeah,
like, hey, if you feel like if you that you were born human and you were really a cat, it's okay
yeah.
to be a cat.
You know.
We'll make it
Listen, if
happen.
you want to grow a tail, take these pills. You
Yeah,
know, and you know what I mean in your window. You know.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was just crazy. I'm like, what? No, no, no.
yeah,
Like, why are they trying to do this crap? And it's like, yeah, it's just trying to keep everybody separated.
yep. They want us to be at war with each other all the time. You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're over here saying, oh no, you guys should work together, whatnot. But then in the closed doors, it's like, no, let's push this. They won't be
Yeah.
able to. It'll keep these people from uniting
Yeah.
and all that crap.
And
And
you know
it's
our
like,
population numbers are low. You know why? Because um I don't know where child support came from, the liberals or the Republicans.
hmm
Men are afraid to be around a woman because they don't want to pay all this child support, and these laws are ridiculous. These child support laws, like the men really suffer, you know.
yeah,
And they understand they have to take care of their kids. They have to make sure their kids are fed and have clothes on their back. We understand that. It's just the laws are ridiculous, you know,
yeah,
and it deters people from reprocreating, you know,
yeah.
you
It
know.
does. But what they should do is, man, they should just for that to happen because like I've heard that and I've literally a lot of Mexicans where I'm from, they don't care. Is just their main goal is they just want to sleep with girls. They
Yeah.
would prefer not to use protection, but if they have a kid, if she gets pregnant, it's like no, she's gonna take care of it. I'm gonna go get me another girl. They don't care.
And okay, you know Mexico's right next door.
Yeah.
If he's in trouble with child support and he got 8 baby mamas and they all go for
Mhm.
child support against him, he could leave.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? He can literally leave in 2 seconds. You
Yep.
know? And that's a problem, you know? That's a very big problem. You know?
Yep. That's why I mean it pushes people. Well, sorry, I mean ladies to sometimes when they get in that situation and their parents or family members they're upset and they have abortions. They're pushed to get abortions, and all that's being pushed also by corporations because
But
they get money
it's
off of
pushed.
it.
You know where it's pushed? In the black community or even the American Latino community. Because they want to reprogram the migrants just to vote Democrat, you know?
Yep.
And that's why they let even Hillary Clinton say, hey, let all the migrants reprocreate and make all the babies. That's what she said on TV.
Dang.
You
I
know?
didn't see that. Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Hey, we got the migrants for that. We don't need to make babies. You know?
Of course, that would supply the workforce.
Oh, give me a second, brother.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right.
But I at 3 o'clock I gotta get going. But yo, man, it was good talking to you, my brother.
Likewise, man. I'm enjoying these conversations.
See,
I just
we
wish more.
click. We click because we are, almost the same age, and we think we're Gen Xers, bro. You know,
Yeah.
we believe in whooping our kids' asses and then telling them the reason why.
Yeah. 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 Very true. Very true.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
The reason why I gave you an uppercut.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so you won't do it again. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. The left hook just, you said something and I left hooked you. Right?
I drop kick your butt for a reason.
You were late for school and I had to drop kick you out the door.
Yep.
And that was the reason why I drop kicked you. Right?
Yep. So you could get out there and catch that bus faster.
Right. But I used to get beatings, historic beatings. Oh my God. But when I was a kid, because I deserved it, I look back then, I said, I deserved that ass whooping,
Yeah. Yeah, me too. But the thing is, my problem was just like, I get punished, but then I was like, what did I do wrong? It took me a while to like, oh, okay.
Like me and my brother, were had like serious fist fights, like where to a point my mother had to intervene, and she would get a skillet and play, ping pong with the skillet on our heads. She didn't do it hard, but it was to a point where it gave you a little knot.
Yeah.
And my mother was a little woman, and that was her go-to weapon, the chancla or the skillet.
I think the skillet was probably a little bit more effective.
No, that's when we get into a serious fist fight with my brother, because we always used to fight all the time, and that's how that's how Latinos learned how to fight with each other.
Yeah. That's true.
It took it too far where we broke a wall.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. She got the skillet real quick, and we learned our lesson.
Well, yeah, shit. You broke the wall already, so.
Well, he pushed me into a wall. I'm a big guy. I broke through the wall. And
yeah.
That was our death sentences for the moment, like literally, like we thought we were gonna die.
It's like, yeah, especially, Mom. It's like, oh crap, and then run,
we're gonna die, run.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I could picture somebody in the background going, "Run, Forrest, run!"
Oh my God, we're gonna die. Right? Because every time we used to get hit, we thought we were gonna die. Because the anger that came out of our parents.
Yeah.
It was but they never killed us, but
yeah,
they put the fear of God in us, bro, and that's how we straightened up.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's You also you get to learn, so the moral part of it, and like you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, and that's the thing. Because sometimes it's like
if we had Joe Jackson as a father, we just had punching gloves out in the yard, but we literally like jaw jacked each other,
Damn.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, my family was rough, man. 5 boys, bro. Trying to coexist. Too much testosterone and machismo, bro.
Yeah.
And poor family, and all we had to do We had to share TV, toys, clothes. Oh boy, poor family, bro. You know,
Yeah,
you know.
it gets going. Yeah, the only problem is like it sounds like you and your brothers are not that far apart in age.
About a year or two.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Me, sorry to say, my brothers, like my second brother, um, we're like 5 years apart, so we
Oh
never had
yeah.
that connection.
But we were close in
Yeah,
age, and it was rough. You know,
yeah.
because we had to share everything, like clothes, everything, toys. We only had one line though between five people.
Dang.
You know, remember
Yeah.
Thundercats Lionel? We only had
Oh yeah.
one between five people. Hey, you know, we would time each other. Say, hey, it's my turn to hold Lionel. You know, it
Yeah.
didn't work
Nah.
out.
No.
Right?
I bet no. Probably not.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. No. I no. No. We had our own because like we
Yeah,
said, we were 5 years apart. But
yeah.
the thing is like I had to start hiding my toys.
Oh yeah.
Like I learned my lesson because one Christmas I got Megatron.
Oh boy, Megatron
Yeah,
from the '80s.
yeah. And
Oh,
then
the gun.
Gen 1.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
the
you
gun.
keep that. You would have had some money in your pocket.
I know. So I had that, and my dad bought my brother Optimus Prime. And like
Oh,
I was, let's see, he was what, 2 years, 2 or 3 years old. So that would make me 8 years old. Around there, 7 or 8.
yeah.
Uh, and the thing is, my brother, he had the knack without trying. He can break any toy. You
Oh
could play
yeah.
with him. It's not like he would play rough with him. He had that uh, power. Like he could break it. He would play with it, whatnot, do something. All of a sudden, poof, it just break. Well, at that time, that's what it seemed to me because he would break anything, you know. Um, so
Mhm.
after he broke Optimus Prime, his toy, he wanted to play with my Megatron. I said no.
Oh okay.
Well, so one day I was at school, and I always kept my Megatron in my closet underneath some clothes on top of a shelf.
Mhm.
Well, my mom found it, gave it to him. You know, she was home from work, uh, and he was nagging. So she gave it to him because when I got home from school, I go through the front door and I find Megatron's leg.
Okay. Well, what happened to
I find
Megatron?
he broke him.
Oh,
He broke
yeah, in
it
half, or his head? He
in
pulled off his
pieces.
head. Oh, in pieces. Oh,
Pieces. I said, it was like when you see a horror movie and you start seeing body parts.
I'll tell you something worse. My youngest brother, my mother for my birthday bought me a Game Boy for the first time. I was like 12. You know the original Game Boy,
Yes.
and I had Remember the Metroid game from Game Boy? That was such a good game for Game Boy. Samus
Yes.
Returns. I love that game. I took it to school, to play at lunchtime. My younger brother got so jealous of me. He took my Game Boy and he lost it in the street. Oh, I flipped. He lost it in the street, my brother. Samus Returns. And I couldn't get another game with the Game Boy. Game with the Game Boy. And he lost it in the street. You know?
Damn.
But you know how good Samus Returns was for the Game Boy? It was like a 5-star game. For
Even
Game
though
Boy.
it wasn't in color, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it
still
was
good.
such a good game, bro. Samus Returns, for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, oh my god. I couldn't get another Game Boy till I had my own job, like summer youth job. That's how bad it took. I was 12. I had to wait 2 years to work summer youth to get another Game Boy. You know?
Damn. Yeah, no, that is worse. He didn't
That's
do it
how
on
poor you were. You had
purpose.
summer youth, and you had to wait for
Yeah.
summer youth to get things. Oh, forget it.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
But it took 2 years. And, That left the imprint on my life for a very long time. I still think
me
about
too.
that. I was like, yo, I should have.
Yeah,
I told my youngest brother, I should bitch slap you right now. We both middle age. Full Savage
Yeah.
Returns.
right. Mom can't say anything right now. Come here.
Right. But like as a grown man, I told my brother, I should, just for Samus Returns, I should bitch slap. We're old men.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, I made him feel bad for a long time after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, man, I couldn't believe it. And I was trying to put him back together with Elmer's glue.
Mm-hmm. And then I know I got him again 2 years later, right? But that traumatized me for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
because
true.
Samus Aran was the guy in the '80s. The Metroid, oh my god, everybody loved
Yeah.
Metroid. You know,
Yeah, it was a cool game.
Yeah.
Was. It was.
yeah, but he also popped off he was notoriously for popping off heads, and action figure heads, and
Yeah.
then he would just my youngest brother will ruin our day. The other, my other brothers, so we
Yeah.
will have to hide toys from him. You know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But we saw Lionel the Thundercats beheaded. Too.
Oh, wow, really?
And you know how
That's
big the
nice.
Thundercats were too. Oh my god.
Well, yeah,
You know?
I mean, because I had Lino, and I think I also had Mumbra. I had where they had that little thing, and
Yeah.
the Thunder. Oh yeah, the Thundercats, where you put that light behind their heads and their eyes.
Yeah. We loved that. Everybody loved that back in the day. Oh my god. He-Man and Lionel. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But He-Man was a better toy. Because he was more articulated,
A little bit. I mean, he didn't.
He had the waist swivel, and it
that
was
waist
a little
swivel,
bit more,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was smaller, so he can ride vehicles, and it was better. Him riding the cats and everything. It looked better,
Yeah. True.
And then
But, yeah.
everybody dreamed of them being, one and the same. The Thundercats and He-Man. Everybody dreamed that,
Yeah.
And they should have a comic where they have a civil war between Thundercats and He-Man.
I
They
think they
should.
did. Well, they didn't do a war. I think it was more of.
Across.
Yeah, they did a crossover years back, when they were bringing them back. I guess, yeah, because it had to be like in the 2000s. I do remember that.
But a literal battle, like a civil war.
Yeah,
What do you think will win in a fight, He-Man or Lionel? That would be the big question.
true. But I think it would have been He-Man. Lionel was very strong because he, of course, his
The
race
sword
with
protected
animals.
him,
Mhm.
And I don't think the Sword of Power had that ability like the Sword of Omen.
No, it didn't. It just helped Adam
Yeah.
channel the power of Grayskull,
Mm-hmm.
basically. But yeah, I mean, because there was a part where who was it? It was where he met his sister Chira.
Yeah.
He actually lifted up a mountain. Well,
Yeah.
drawn was like as big as Mount Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
He actually picked that thing up by himself.
Well, I always thought they should make a CGI He-Man. If they're gonna
Yeah.
make the movie, he needs to be CGI, but not like the Hulk, but similar to the Hulk.
Yeah.
Because if he's that powerful, he has Hulk abilities, almost a little like a Diet Coke version of the Hulk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
true. Yeah, yeah, because basically, not nobody can get that big. There are big guys like that guy that in Game of Thrones, that one
Yeah.
soldier, but
hmm
to play He-Man, nah, it just yeah, he would have to be CGI.
I'm like, to make him like, you cannot see a human being lift a mountain. You
Uh-uh.
know, it has to be CGI. You know,
Yeah.
you know, and you know the He-Man movie's coming out next summer, so the guy looks good, but can't I want to see him lift a mountain and make it look real.
Yeah.
you know, you know.
Yeah. It was just cool. I just liked it that where supposedly he would run real fast, but in the cartoon he just the only thing he would do is grunting noise, and he just ran the same speed, but supposedly he was running fast.
Yeah, but you know,
like
He-Man is like almost like a albino because his whole family is like brunettes and they have tans. You
yeah,
know, in the comics,
yeah,
I'm like, how the hell your mother is brunette, your father's brunette, and they look like almost like cavemen, and you come out so handsome and blonde headed? What the hell happened? Your lady cheat. You know, your mother cheated on your dad.
it's the milkman.
Huh?
It was the milkman.
It was the
Yeah,
milkman. You know.
yeah,
Right. You
it was
know.
the milkman.
Yeah.
Blame it on the milkman.
Because you know the comics didn't make sense, but it was a good mini comics, but it didn't make
Yeah,
sense. You know.
yeah,
They were copying off Frank Frazetta's Conan the Barbarian masterpiece. You know.
yeah. That's
You
true.
know?
Frank Rosetta, man. Yeah. Oh, that's
That's
some
the
good
goat
work
right
there.
there, bro. That's the goat. People don't talk about
Yeah.
him because he came out in the 70s, maybe late
Mm-hmm.
60s and early 70s, but he was the goat. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. He would do like he did Dracula and all of that. It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think his daughters are trying to.
They have a toy company, Frazetta Girls.
Yeah.
I got an action figure. I got Conan the Barbarian just recently from Frazetta Girls because
Oh, okay.
I'm a big fan of Frank Frazetta, and if you're gonna like copy off his masterpieces and turn them into action figures, I'm down. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like right now,
Definitely.
like during Halloween, they should be making like Dracula and all the horror movie characters he made, like
Yeah.
his version. They should be like during Halloween selling these figures. You know, they should.
They probably will.
You know, but you know
They
that there's
probably
them
will.
in Big Bad Toy Store. I'm thinking about getting her. You know, because I'm a comic book head. I just love comics. You know. You know.
Yeah, me too. Until just financially wise, I had to stop for a while.
Yeah. But you know, you get what you can. You know, you're not supposed to go all out on me because I only have one child. You know,
Yeah.
um, my income is much easier to spend on other things. You know,
Yeah. What the hell? Are you outside?
I have a fan blowing on reverse because I smoke,
Uh huh.
and you know that's how I reverse a fan on the window. You know,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But it's 3 o'clock. I gotta get going, brother.
Okay.
I got things to do. Well, we were like 2 hours in this joint. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
about 2 hours. You're right.
shooting the breeze. Yeah, it was fun, bro. It was fun.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we do
Alright.
this, man, we're gonna get more people in.
Oh no, we need more people because we want other people's opinions. It matters. You know.
It sure does.
Yeah. All right, brother. You take care.
You too, man. Take care.
All right.
Bye. Let's see. All right, all right. Let's see here.
Thought she was grand. Fell in love, found out firsthand. Went well for a week or two. Then it all came unglued. Then a trap like a grip. Never thought I'd be the one who'd stay. Then I started to realize I was living, won't recognize she fucking hates me. Just she fucking hates me. Love, I tried to hold it, she told my feelings like I had done. And ripped them away. She was queen for about an hour. After
Hombre, you're supposed to come first.
Art Levin. Hey, Art Levin, how's it going? How you doing today, man? There we go. What have you been up to lately, Art Levin? So what are we doing today? Okay, got it right there. Yes, sir. Let's see now. Where's my fairy pencil? Here we go. I'll use this one for today. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I forgot these have regular lids. On your life, on the life, yeah. I haven't looked at the bottom of a shoe in a while, so I'm just doing what I can right now. There we go. Awesome. So guys, yeah, this is my first time doing this perspective of a kick coming at you. Okay. You can see there doing the guidelines. Oh well, right there. I don't know. There we go. Okay, I gotta work on these a little bit. So yeah, that's my next project. All right. Let me see. I don't have my laptop, so I'm trying to see who's on. Eric, the airbrush guy. Hey, how's it going, Eric? I know your airbrush work, man. Very tremendous. Great work. Awesome. Okay. As I say, a two coming this way. Dislocated hip. Just practicing on perspectives. Uh, I'm working on my poses and doing a guy kicking a side kick, jump kick. So I'm working on perspective wise, the foot closer to you, body farther. Trying to show some more impact on it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to work on. Hey, sure enough, how's it going? So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. And if anyone has any questions or whatnot, man, I'd be happy to answer. You know, so that's what I'm working on right now. Doing that. Then I'm gonna do another picture after this one. I'm gonna work on this little book here. This is out of my element, but I liked it. It's cute. So I'm going to do another one on this page. But yeah, I have acrylic markers I need to use. Not they're gonna go bad. I did this earlier while I was speaking with Gotham City Toys. Happy Monday to you, buddy. Happy Monday to you. Yeah. Just working on my perspectives and whatnot. Trying to find, like, I did this one last night. I realized I did a few mistakes. No, it's just characters right now. I mean, it's not who I'm going to use or anybody from the comic books. It's just practice. Like I did Wolverine here. I don't know who this guy is, but I just want to do something different. You know, I might use him because I liked when I was drawing this. It just came to me. So, but I noticed I did something wrong here. from what I wanted to do, and here as well. So there's several mistakes I caught myself doing. So got to work on those. Okay. All right. No, thank you, Blades or Popping. Yeah. Well, okay. The Blades are popping. Yes. Here's the fist. Right? But even like, no, they should have gone more this way. They're too curved, like too going down, you know? So basically, when I did that, doing the fist here, yeah, 1 knuckle, 2 knuckles, 3, 4. Not too far apart. No, that's fine. Just only an example. Okay, so it's tough, but so claws will be here. This one will be here. This one will be here. Okay, that popping a little bit. Well, it'd be right here. That would have been a middle one, yeah, right there. But this one, I mean, they're not separate, but because it's facing you, that's the way it's going to look. In this case, when I did it here, you know, I did it too, like, yeah, too downward. You know, doesn't look right. You know, so yeah, I have to be careful with that before inking. You know, that's the whole thing you have to do. So basically coming this way right here, yeah, even though like doing that, yeah, the arm, so it still would follow a certain form. Okay, I did this. Okay, arms this way. So here, it'd be tough. So it'd be right here. It'll still be going a little bit wider. Know what I mean? And following this, the fist, like this one should have gone here, while this one here, like that. That's the way I should have done it. Not facing, going down too much. Okay, maybe this one. Oh, its perspective is a bitch. So it would have to be like. Yeah, like right there for the middle one. Yeah, there we go. Then the third one over here. There we go. Yeah, it'd have been like that. That's the way it should have been done. That's the way I should have done it. You know. But it was a quick sketch that I was doing last night, so yeah. But still, I liked it. You know what I mean? And And so this guy is just, like I said, I'm just practicing. Soy capitán, soy capitán. So that was a little art lesson for you guys. Okay, there you go. Yeah. And speed lines. There we go. Now you can see how, like, if he's going or going fast on the kick. Know what I mean? Then you could do still. Just follow the. Oops. Yeah, a little bit tough, but still, you get the point. Going off a little bit, it doesn't hurt. It actually, there you go. Shows the force. Not that type of force, but you know what I mean. You see? Okay. Enough practice. There we go. Let me see. Let me see. You know what? No.
Outside.
Making a small border. Let's see here. That looks great. Thanks. All right. So what are we gonna do here, guys? I'm gonna do that. What the hell? Okay, trying to find a good reference because I never really had these things. Okay, I think I got it. Because I think there's that thing going on for this one, so I'm gonna give it a shot. All right. You know what? I'm gonna put this up here. Let me get another. I'm gonna use this and do a few sketches of it. Okay, so like that. Okay, so Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I get it now. I get this. I get it. I get it. Now, I'm going to use this as my reference for the character. You know? I drank coffee earlier. Nothing ready to eat, so my hands are starting to feel it. I forgot to do my energy drink. Doesn't give me the jitters, which is good. You can see my hands shaking already, huh? Okay. Okay. So this is my reference. Well, I'm not going to draw them this way. I'm going to do it in a... What character should I make this sucker? I don't know why they're taking their ugly as hell, but they're taking everybody by storm. So that's what I want to do. Okay.